Today I'm taking you guys on a tour of one of the oldest cities in Spain. We are going to be exploring Toledo, the capital, the old capital of Spain, with tons of history from all around the world. But before we do anything, let's roll the intro. All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. From Madrid here at Hostel 1. Today we're heading off on a day trip to Toledo, which is a super historical town. This is one of the day trips that Hostel 1 offers, and I'm just basically going to be filming an uncut, sort of raw walkthrough of this cool little city in the central part of Spain. So we're going to go explore this day trip today. It's going to be a great time. We're super excited, and we'll just show you guys all around Toledo.
Okay, so I'm the tour guide. My name is Ricardo. I'm not a Ricardo. Ricky Martin. So I'm not like an expert, so I know a few stuff, but I'm gonna take you like to the main places in Toledo. There's like 3 neighborhoods: the Christian, the Jewish, and the Muslim. Okay.
All right, step number 1 of the journey is to fill up some money on our Metro cards here in Madrid. If you didn't know, in Madrid everything works on this sort of red Metro card. So we're having our awesome friend over here from Hostel 1 who just explained to us how to actually fill up our Metro cards, filling them up, and then we're heading down on the train to a bus, which then we're going to catch a bus to Toledo.
So this is Origen Madrid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we have 2.
Yeah. 2.
All right, here we go. We have our 2 tickets. One says Origen, which means origin, and one of them is Madrid, so that's our go-to ticket, and this is our come-back ticket. We need both of them because we want to end up in Madrid again. We're going to head off on the bus ride in just a little bit. Alrighty, we are officially in the historic city of Toledo. This is the bus station that we're leaving right now. I was going to say train station, but it's not a train station, it's a bus station. And here it is. This is so cool. You can see just right off the edge. I'm going to flip the camera around. We have some castles up there on the hill. This is the Estación de Autobuses. This is very cool. Coming to this part of Spain feels a lot like Israel to me. It's very dry climate, very deserty, with lots of ruins and old ancient buildings. And the architecture style feels very similar to that stuff. So I'm excited to do the exploration today. Once again, this video is going to be very bare bones, not a lot of fancy editing. Just taking you guys on a walk around through this cool place. All right, so we're advancing into the city right now. It seems like this is one of those old walled cities that are on top of a hill. So behind us, you can kind of see we're going to the top right now. We got some ruins on the side of us. Lots of cool things to see. You can see that's kind of where we're starting to elevate, I think, into. I think the main parts of Toledo are all going to be up there, all the historical sites. So I was under the impression we were going to have to climb some sort of stairway up to the top of this thing, but there's actually escalators built into this whole area, which is super nice. And they're just bringing us all the way up. End of the escalator's coming. Hopefully we're going to see something cool at the end of it. Here we go. Look at that view. That's freaking awesome. Look at all that back there. This is what happens when you just come up the escalators right now. We're going to be working our way through the city. A few things about this city. It's very ancient, very old. Knife making and like sword making is really popular here, so it's very popular to sell knives. Also, the movie Gladiator was filmed here with Russell Crowe. Just learned that right now. This is our tour guide here, our impromptu tour guide from Hostel 1. Tell them a little bit about yourself.
Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Ricardo. I was born in El Paso, Texas, and right here we're in Toledo.
So what's because you lead the tours from Madrid to Toledo, correct?
Yes, sir.
What's your favorite part about coming to Toledo?
Toledo, I don't know. I think it's like it used to be the old capital of old Spain, and I read this is like it used to be like New York in the old times.
Wow.
Like there's a lot of there used to be a lot of people in here. It has like three different kind of areas: the Christian, the Muslim, and the Jewish. So it's always I always love to see the different kind of architecture, the different kind of, the differences between those kind of spaces.
Sweet. All right, so we have come down a little alley here. There's a bunch of knives. The Spanish word for knife is cuchilla, and the knifery, the store is a cuchillera. There's a bunch of stores selling blades and knives here. It's very interesting. It's a very famous thing to come to Toledo and shop for. All right, so we are advancing right now the side of the cathedral, which is really cool. There's this big wall set up on the side of us right now that we're walking past. Apparently there's a giant cathedral here that's very famous in Toledo, so we're gonna go check that out right now. That's gonna be part of the Christian quarter, I believe, as we're gonna visit the different quarters for the different religions here. But you can see these giant walls right here with the edges of the cathedral hanging off the side is very, very cool.
Okay, let's do it.
All right, so we are slowly advancing our way over to the Jewish quarter right now. We've come over to a great viewpoint, and we've been told that it's not illegal at all to go over there, hop the fence, and get a nice viewpoint from there. So we're right about to do that right now. But we have this just incredible view of the river. Currently climbing down here. It's a pretty steep journey. Hey, Doug.
I'll help you out, man.
He's helping everyone. So we have a perfect rock over here that's set up for people to sit on and just take the coolest Instagram photos. Wow.
That's crazy. Hashtag best tour guide ever.
All right, so we finished taking pictures. We are now advancing back up this hill that we climbed up right now. And we are going to head off to the Jewish quarter, which is the part I am personally most excited for. It was a great Instagram viewpoint.
Wow, look at that. What?
Whoa! Oh my God.
My dreams come true.
All right, so we're entering the Jewish quarter right now of Toledo, and it's signified by the little Hebrew letters that exist down here. So we got little Hebrew letters. I think this says Safa, which means language. It would be kind of weird for it to just say Safa. But over there it says Chai, which means life in Hebrew. We have right here a Chet and the Yud, which means Chai. That means life. Is a very popular Jewish term. We're just walking around exploring the Jewish quarter now. This for me is very significant because I am Jewish, and exploring any place that has a lot of Jewish history is very interesting to me, especially since the Spanish Inquisition took place here and a lot of Jews were kicked out. So I'm excited to see what else. And I just found here, there's a little square with a menorah on it, signifying more Jew.
Jewish.
Right, so this is an ancient synagogue here in Toledo. I'm gonna pop in. I think it might cost some money, but I'm gonna quickly pop in and see if I can see anything in here. So this place is not actually an active synagogue anymore. I actually popped in to see if I could come in and do a quick prayer because I think it would be pretty cool. But it is currently just a museum. So you can't actually come and pray here. There's no active congregation or not even like a Torah inside. But this is kind of the outlook of what the ancient synagogue in Toledo looks like. Pretty cool to think that Jews hundreds of years ago were praying right behind there. You can even see some Jewish stars here on the sides of the buildings. In Hebrew we call these Magen David, or the Star of David. And you have them right here on the sides of the building. It's very interesting whenever you're walking around areas like this in the world that feel very much like a theme park. It's kind of hard to relate that people actually lived here back in the day.
Yeah.
Right?
Like, the only thing I've ever seen relative to this is like Disney World, and that's all fake. And this is real.
Yeah. And it's also cool. I mean, we talked about this, not on video yet, but we've had chats about this. When you think about Spain, as in the Spanish Empire in history, they had control of a lot of the world. They've had a crazy amount of influence on the planet. And just knowing that a lot of it was from right here, where we're standing right now, this was the capital of Spain at one point, is bonkers to think about. All right, we're entering our third quarter now. This is the Muslim quarter. And what were you telling us about the stone?
There's a lot.
There's a lot of stone.
Walls and walls.
Walking through it right now.
And it's super quiet, super chill. You don't get a lot of noise. This got a secret to it. It's good.
Be quiet, you can't tell the secrets. Alright, this is gonna be a new series I'm starting on the channel called Top Down Interviews.
Hey.
What's up, Steve?
Hey.
So tell us about your experience in Toledo so far.
It's hot, but it's not too hot, and it's very beautiful. If only you could be here with us.
A lot of people.
I'm just
Hola. ¿Cómo estás?
Hola.
And that is your first official episode of Top Down Interviews. We'll catch you in the popcorn bucket. Slap him out. Keep doing that beat. Keep doing that beat. We're getting a little Brazilian beat right now. You guys feel it? Think of the aesthetic. Take yourself back thousands of years ago when there were Muslims walking through the Muslim quarter. Going through the Inquisition. Yeah, right here. We're inquisitioning right now. Wow. That was amazing. That was freaking amazing. Added so much to the aesthetic. All right, so this is called the Puerta de Sol, and this is the sun gate or the entrance to Toledo. And it's very similar to the one they have in Madrid because they have the same exact thing in Madrid. They have a Puerta de Sol there as well, and that's the entrance to Madrid, or at least the old entrance to Madrid. And you have kind of an archway leading in, and this is a sort of area that probably had a little bit of commerce, maybe a little bit of taxing, and then the entrance to the actual city over there. It's very cool to be walking through the old entrance to the city. Now, obviously, with roads and different public transportation is very different, and there's no reason to actually come in through here. But back in the day, you probably walked on in here with horses, and you got a beautiful map right here, showing you what it might have looked like back in the day. Kind of the makeup, the map of the city. We're getting close to wrapping this trip up here in Toledo, but for me, this has been such a cool, eye-opening experience that a city like this exists. You know, this is a true walled city, just like Jerusalem. We have these walls right here. I mean, where we're walking right now is super reminiscent of Jerusalem. A very, very cool area indeed. We got these old sort of medieval houses on the left, giant walled city on the right. It's just been a blast walking around here and exploring all day. I know this video hasn't had a ton of information because we haven't had a lot of information, but that's what this tour is. It's not supposed to be a very informative tour. If you want to do that, you can. It's a free tour. We're now going to jump on the bus and go back to Madrid and go to Hostel 1. So I'm excited to be back in our little casa. Gracias. Alright guys, we are back in Madrid, but I love Toledo and I highly, highly recommend if you're coming to Madrid, you want to go on a day trip to Toledo and you don't want it to be too serious, you want it to be free, go stay with Hostel 1. You'll have a great time. I promise you that. Your Spanish word of the day today, what are we going to give them? How about we just make it autobus? Because that's how you say bus in Spanish.
Autobus.
Autobus. Give it to him one more time.
Autobus.
Autobus. Alright, we're going to see you guys in the next one. Make sure you check out Steve's channel down below in the description because he's making videos from Madrid as well. And you can subscribe if you like. If you kind of like me, I guess you can drop a subscribe. And if you guys want to support this channel, make sure that you're checking out Hostel 1 down below in the description. We have a discount code that you can use to book with them. It's YALOCLATT. We'll get a little bit of something. They'll get a little bit of something. Everyone's going to have a good time. And at the end of the day, you get to stay with Hostel 1, so you're a winner. As well, if you want to support this channel, you can buy some merchandise like this shirt down below in the description. And we'll see you guys in the next one. I love you guys a long time. Goodbye, Clats.